Hey YouTubers, it is Trinity Production, trinityprosound.com, coming at you again with another video. We are really excited for this video. We have been sent a FBT Muse line array cabinet, in fact two of them, to do a video and take a listen to. So this is kind of a first for us. We put out a video on the FBT line when we were at NAMM, and we've done a video on the coaxial monitor that they have, which is pretty stinking fantastic. But now we are bringing you this big boy cabinet from FBT line array. Just first impressions, it is an all wood box. It is about 85-90 pounds in weight. It is pretty beefy. The rigging hardware on it is fantastic. And we're just going to go over the specs right now. It's a two-way configuration. With the built-in, these are powered. So with the built-in amplifier, we've got 400 watts going to the low frequency, the dual drivers in there, and we'll get to those. And then we've got 200 watts going to the high frequency drivers. Frequency response 55 to 20K. It does have, there's the phone. It does have two 10-inch drivers in it, and then it has two 1-inch drivers in it for the high frequency. Max SPL is continuous 128 and peak 135. It is a 10-degree box, so it's like a little knife, and 90 degrees wide. And let's see, crossover frequency is at 1.1, so it's down a little way, so that means it's probably got a pretty good size high frequency driver on it, but we'll get in and take a look at that as well. It does have XLR in and out. It does have the bigger power cons, the big 20 amp power cons in and out, the yellow ones. And those go in, and then there's a link out on them as well. Net weight is 83 pounds. Size-wise, I don't know, it looks like it's maybe, I don't know, 24 inches wide. 25.66 to be exact. So we're going to, we've already listened to this thing a little bit, and it sounds absolutely amazing. And so what we're going to do now is start doing a take it apart on it and show you what is inside this FBT Muse cabinet. Again, two-way line array box, dual 10-inch drivers, dual 1-inch drivers, and we'll get in and take a peek at it and start taking it apart. One of the things I want to do is just kind of go over what the front of it. It's an all-metal grill. It does have, look like kind of a nylon material behind it, so you can't see the speakers. Very clean lines as far as the front of it is concerned. Rigging hardware is all on it with all of the stainless pins that are in the rigging hardware. Very nice hardware on it because it all just pulls back up into the, go ahead and turn this thing a little bit here, it just pulls back up inside the cabinet so that as you're linking these guys together, they've got a little button there that you can pull them up. They do have transport carts available for them as well, and fly frames for them, and then in the back of the manual here they go through how to set that up and what is involved in flying these things, and then also doing a ground stack with them as well. So nice hardware and nice stainless steel pins. Again, the back hardware for doing the alignment and the displaying of the boxes is all addressed on there and set so that it can be easily seen, and adjustments can be made readily as well. We'll leave that out for now until I can see to get it back in. So anyway, first impressions on this thing are pretty fantastic. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to pull the front off first and then pull the back off. Before we do though, we're just going to do a spin around here and show you what the back of this box looks like. We've got some presets over here and high frequency control. We do have a ground lift and also a low pass filter available on the box. On this side we've got a fuse and then just the power con in and outs, and then back over here we've got the XLR in and outs on the box as well. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into it with the FBT Muse line array and start doing a take apart. Okay, so we've got the front grille off. It comes out with 8 threaded screws that are on, looks like they're on thread certs in there. And as they say in the Great White North, beauty, that's fantastic because you don't have to worry about if you're going to take the grill off, do driver replacements or anything like that, of stripping those puppies out. So good job, FBT. Pulling the grill off, again, very sturdy material. The backing on it, with this, it looks like there is a layer, kind of a special foam that they've done that's got a nylon on it as well. But very nice. Not your typical foam that is seen on most speakers. So very, very nice, and good durable gauge of material. So now there we got it. This is the first time I've even opened this thing up myself, so I've seen it. So we're looking at the, do some little dusting in here, but the high frequency assembly down through the center here, and turn it a little bit so you can see that in the throat of the waveguide off the driver that they have. And then they've done some very unique things with kind of limiting the sound out of the drivers there and porting it here on the sides to get some of the low frequency out of it as well. I kind of like the look of it with the front of it off, to tell the truth. But we're going to go ahead and get this pulled and start taking a look at the internal drivers that are in there and see what this cabinet is all about. Okay, so now we've got it opened up, as you can see, and the drivers exposed. Everything came out with Phillips screws, so no special tools or anything required. One of the things we noticed is that they have on these plates that go in front of the speakers that, and I'm going to have to do research and find out why exactly they do all of this. I know I do a lot of reviews and things on speakers, and this is the first time I've ever run into this, and I think it has to do with some phasing and frequency response and things, but me personally, I'm going to have to read up on that. They have some dampening material on it so that it doesn't resonate from the drivers on it itself, and you can just tell that by tapping it, but came out real easy. And now we're going to go ahead and pull these 10-inch drivers out, take a look at, see what they are, and what kind of magnet structure that they've got on them, and see what type of basket assembly and everything that they have. So we'll go ahead and get those pulled. And okay, so now we've got the drivers out, and I'm pretty impressed. These are cast frame. They are ceramic magnet, so they add a little bit of weight to the box. Probably 12, 13 pounds per speaker. The cone surround on it is, it's pretty tight on the speaker. They've done a nice job in marking everything on what is plus and what is minus. But I'm very impressed with these little 10-inch drivers. Get those off to the side here. Down inside the box, they've got, the drivers are run in parallel, and so reducing that down probably to a 4 ohm load on the amplifier. Done a nice job. They've got red and black, which I love, because then you can tell what color's what and what goes to where on the speaker, and instead of like orange and blue and things like that, that sometimes I see in speaker boxes that just kind of don't make sense, but oh well. Down inside the box there is a lot of the foam, kind of like egg crate dampening material down in here. We're going to go ahead and turn it sideways a little bit so that you can kind of see inside the box, and you can see the horn assembly back there, and then the drivers that are on the back, which we'll go ahead and pull out, but the drivers are pretty decent size for this box. And then the amplifier is in the back of it as well. The construction of this thing is just amazing. I mean, it is very solid. With the dampening material inside it, as you can see here, there's just like, we had it on earlier, and there's just like no resonance out of this box whatsoever. It just all comes out the front, so pretty impressive. So it's like you can almost crawl in there and take a nap. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get the high-frequency driver assembly pulled out and take a look at that, and maybe get in a little bit closer and take a look at some of the construction of the wood box itself. So, okay, so it took us a little bit to get the high-frequency driver assembly out, but it is very solid in the cabinet. Inside, had to pull the back amplifier out, as you can see. Hello. So, pretty impressive. What they've done is they've got this assembly on the front that kind of just butts up to this thing on the inside, but helps then direct the sound out of these cellular waveguides for the high-frequency driver. Everything goes on with threaded screws. There's thread certs on this metal assembly holding this together. This is all cast, so it's not plastic to resonate. It does have BNC drivers on it, and this thing is just like beef. Absolutely amazing. They're 16 ohm drivers, so they are wired in parallel. You can get an 8 ohm load onto the amplifier, and you can kind of see down the throat of these things, sort of what they've done with the cellular waveguide on those things. But very robust and very solid plate. With the high-frequency drivers on it. It mounts up, and the way that it sandwiches in between the front and back of the box right here is pretty amazing. Gets very solid in the cabinet, and with these being cast, as far as the waveguides are concerned and bolted on, the rigidity of that whole assembly is pretty nice. What I do want to do, we'll put this down here, and I do want to show you the FBT driver. This is not a BNC, but it's an FBT. But as you can see, the magnet structure on this, and the cooling port on it as well. Nice cast frame on it, and for a 10-inch driver, it's really pretty nice, pretty slick. Good sized leads going into it for the voice coil, but it is gasketed on the back, so it does form a nice tight seal on both the 10-inch drivers to the box. Had to kind of pry it and peel it off. Same thing with the high-frequency driver assembly as well. So everything gets sealed up and is really pretty tight on it. With the amplifier then being pulled, we did go ahead and pull that. And as you can see here, everything is sealed up on the inside of it, so there really isn't anything for us to take a look at. It is one huge mother of a heatsink. From looking at how they've got this thing put together. But as with any of these speakers, all going to be switch mode power supply and all surface mount technology inside. So amplifier weight for the box itself, I would estimate at probably about 7 pounds total. It is all aluminum, and everything connects onto the back of it with just a, as you can kind of see right there, with a 4-conductor push-on connector that locks onto the circuit board that's back there and provides outputs for the high-frequency and the low-frequency drivers. So service-wise, it's great because everything just unplugs. If something should happen to the amplifier module, you can send that back in, or the drivers can be replaced really easy. Everything is on threaded inserts, so that should anything happen, you're not going to strip the wood out and have to end up running new holes on things. So they've done a good job with that, good construction. We'll put this down. And what I want to do is just kind of turn the cabinet here and let you see kind of what the construction is on the inside. I know it's a little bit hard with the cameras in position like they are. Got nice handles on the sides with a rubber grip on them. And like I said, the fly hardware on the sides here is very robust, and the way that the cabinet is put together, there is the foam dampening down here in the bottom and the back as well. So we'll just do a 360 that you can kind of look at it and see through it. And but the cabinet construction is very good. That even just, you know, slapping on it like that, the foam on the inside of it really helps keep the resonance out of the wood itself. But they've done a really good job. And then it's got a kind of a black spatter paint finish on it that they've done a nice job with to finish it off. And that's about it. I wish that I could fire this up for you and have you hear it over this microphone, but it wouldn't do it justice from what we heard earlier today. What we're going to try to do in a next video is take the two out and put them outside and maybe get our zoom that kind of uncolors things and record at a fairly high sampling rate. I know YouTube doesn't help really give you a good representation of the audio quality that comes out of these boxes, or any of them for that matter, that we've done a video on YouTube, but hopefully it can help give you a better understanding of what these are all about from FBT. So, gosh, with that said, I wish we had a line of 6 or 8 of them to put up and do a real nice side-by-side comparison with some of the other line array assemblies that we have, but we only have 2. So anyway, that is the FBT Muse. This is a new product for FBT, and it looks like it's going to be a really solid winner for them. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of us. We are FBT dealers, or you can end up going to FBT USA, and they've got their website that has all of the FBT products, and in addition to the Muse, and see what they've got as far as offerings from Italian speaker imports. And we are happy that they have chosen us to be able to do this video for them, and looking forward to doing more for FBT speakers. So we're going to go ahead and get it back together, play a little bit of music through it as we close out the video, and give it a wrap. We are all back together, as you can see here, nice and beautiful. Got a little bit of music playing through it. Construction-wise, the thing went back together really easy. No screw issues, no alignment issues with anything. My take on this, and we'll be able to determine in the next video we're going to do on this with the 2 cabinets in a live demo, that they've got a winner, man. This thing is just absolutely amazing. It's solid, it's good and heavy. The rearward rejection out of it with the dampening material in it is just fantastic, that it just keeps all of that energy focused out of the front of the boxes, which will help reduce stage noise just immensely, whether flown or whether ground stacks. So there you have it. It is the FBT Muse line array, 2-way, dual 10s, dual 1-inch drivers, BNC drivers for the high frequency, and FBT drivers for the dual 10-inch drivers in the box. So with that said, stay tuned. Within the next few days or a week, we'll be posting the other video that we're going to do with the 2 boxes outdoors, and let you kind of just see what that's all about and what we've done, and kind of some of the readings that we'll be taking with that. So if you're interested in these things or any of the other speaker products that we've got videos on, check us out on the web, www.trinityprosound.com. Phone us at area code 209-832-8023, or you can email us at sales@trinityprosound.com. There's links on the website to email us if you want to as well. But check out our other videos on the speakers. Again, we are dealers for FBT and about a bazillion other pro audio lines, and so we are kind of consider ourselves home of the killer deals. So there you have it, Trinity Productions, trinityprosound.com. Thanks for watching.